What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Shogi from Shook Earth Media, and today we are back again with another Walking Dead review, episode 3 of season 11. Let's just jump right into it. I'm not going to bury the lead here. I think the episode has some issues. I was positive about the last episode, especially, and the episode before that, but there were some lingering concerns that I had, and this episode kind of goes to confirm a lot of them. And we're just going to jump right into the episode here. I have it pulled up on the screen here for you to see. And we're going to jump into my first problem with this episode. What is with this lighting, okay? Where is this light coming from? You can literally see the circle light in her eyeballs. Like, what is this? This is like some Blair Witch Project stuff. I don't know what's going on. And I don't know how we got here from the previous episode. They didn't really bridge that. This scene felt very rushed to me. I mean, we have a brief little scuffle and people are, running and they separate. And doesn't Gabriel have guns at this point? Daryl has a crossbow. Why are we struggling so much with this? Like, why didn't we start shooting right away in the previous episode? I was watching a review by Ronnie Hayes of Megapath Presents, another great channel, and he made a great point that great image of the Reapers walking toward the camera actually makes no sense because they should assume after attacking a group that the group might have weapons on them. So, that's just for the image. I like the image and I'm okay with sacrificing a little bit of common sense for the image, but this, I don't know, it's just really not doing it for me. And the cinematography problems, it is what it is. Alright, well, moving on. So we're back here at Alexandria. We have Magna here, and she spots Carol and Kelly coming in from searching for Connie, essentially, I guess. We didn't really get that confirmed, but that's what I'm assuming, based on context clues and such. Now, I think it's really weird that they both have obligations at this point, and they're both neglecting their obligations. I'll just say, in broad generalities, this storyline of them in Alexandria and them searching for the horses, and it's really not doing it for me. I did not care for this storyline. I thought it was boring, not essential in any way. They both have obligations and they're neglecting them because they need to go look for horses, and what's the urgency with that? They never bothered to explain what's so urgent about that. Also, we're low on food at this point. Horses eat a lot of food, and also horses are made of food. So, I don't know, there seems to be a solution there that makes sense, but, and Carol obviously agrees at the end of the episode. We'll get there, we'll get there. Now, this scene right here, I like the kid actors, and they're very charismatic, they're good actors. But this scene is pointless. I do like that they're playing Egyptian Rat Screw, at least that's what we call it around here. This is a game I played a lot as a kid. It's a fun card game with slapping involved when there's a pair, But honestly, it's just not essential. And you have Herschel here mention something about the old world. And it's like, why would you know about the old world? You were literally born into the apocalypse, so all you've ever known is the new world. Why would you even have a concept of an old world at this point? So, I don't know, it just seemed kind of odd. Yeah, and then we abruptly cut to daytime here. And I'm like, why can't we just pick up where we left off in the woods and stuff? Like, I don't know. And they're all separated, I guess, but why are they separated? I don't know, it just isn't working for me. It's a cool location, though. I do like this mall, I guess. Even though we did have a mall in Season 5 of Fear that I think was a little cooler than this. But, it's a fun scene. Now, she puts bottles here to warn about walkers, but I thought that was weird because I live in the real world and I know that those doors are extremely noisy. So she would hear them come in anyway. So that was kind of weird. The sound of the bottles dropping off the door would also draw more zombies, so not necessarily helpful. Now, I like this moment right here. We got a decent jump scare where we got the Reaper behind her here when she flicks the lighter. That's a cool shot. I do like that. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. And then this following action scene where Negan comes in with the save is pretty cool. I did enjoy it. It's great to see Negan kind of being the good guy at this point. I enjoy his character a lot, I'll admit. I genuinely like Negan. He's the guy who's making sense at this point. I think they're overdoing it a little bit, with the whole everybody else is acting really stupid and Negan's the only one who's making any sense. But, I guess that they want us to like Negan at this point. So, I'm okay with that. So this is another moment that I found kind of odd. He whips out a flashbang and a smoke grenade. So clearly this group is well equipped. So why don't they have any guns? Where are the guns? Where are the bullets? I get that they wouldn't want to use them if they don't have to, but shouldn't they at least have them there in case the group they're attacking also has a gun? Seems like an oversight in a group that is that well equipped. So after that last action scene, we get a scene here of Rosita picking some mushrooms and such in the woods. Now, I will admit, I'm thinking probably what most of the audience is thinking. Who is taking care of the baby? Okay, why is the show so intent on never showing Rosita with the baby? We do get one scene at the end, but it's not even addressed. She should be spending most of her day with her child, and we see her on all these missions, all these storylines. I don't see her as viewing her child as a priority, and it's really odd. Now we get this scene with the horses, and they're trying to lasso them. Now, the whole time in this episode, I'm thinking, if these people are so hungry that they don't have, food for 3 meals a day, they're probably rationing and stuff like that. What they should be thinking is, yummy horses, yum, 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 yum. I can't wait to snack on some horses. And yet, they seem to be emotionally attached to them, and it just doesn't really track. Because these horses, like I said earlier, they are going to eat a lot of your food if you keep them alive. So they're not really helping you at this point. So I don't really get this part of the storyline. Okay, and here is where my suspicions from last week were confirmed, that all of these new characters are just red shirts. They all just die one by one, and they didn't matter at all. And we're trying to play this scene off for emotional impact, and honestly, who cares? Who cares? Moving on. Yeah, now we get this scene with the horses. We've got a great aerial shot here. But, again, yummy, yummy, yummy. I don't really get why we're fussing about the horses so much. Now we get the scene of them walking in the woods, and they're being stalked by the zombies, and then on a dime, without provocation, they suddenly become very aggressive for a reason I didn't quite understand. I don't know if they cut something out or if I missed something, but they just suddenly become very aggressive for no reason. So it's kind of odd, and it feels very forced. Okay, so this is one of my favorite parts of the episode. Really cool looking zombie. It's awesome. I love this part, and his name is Judas. It's really cool. I don't know why it's there, but it's cool. Okay, now we have the scene here where Carol does exactly what I've been saying the entire episode. So if this was supposed to be a surprise, not at all. It should be obvious that people would want to eat the horses at this point. And honestly, I don't understand why she's crying over it. Why do you feel bad about it? It doesn't make sense to me. She cried more over this horse. Then she cried over Mika. Then she cried over Karen. Then she cried over David. She has more sympathy for this horse than 2 innocent people who just got sick, right? I mean, I understand what she was trying to do with that. I'm not saying she's terrible for doing that necessarily, but, what the heck? Why is she crying over this? Come on, look at this. It's honestly ridiculous. Moving on. Then we get this scene with the kids eating the food, and they're like, ew, it's gross. What do you mean? I don't even understand why this scene is a thing. This fake moralizing about eating a horse whenever they eat animals every day, I just don't get it. And then we get this really kind of forced, hug thing with nothing preceding it. It seems a little weird. I get that they're, basically family, but it's just kind of forced and awkward. I don't know why this scene is here. And now we're in this church, and Alden is hurt. I will say if Alden dies, it seems like a waste of a good character that has an interesting future. It's kind of odd to me that they don't try to treat his wound in any way, or at least we don't see it. Maybe they cut that scene out. I don't know. But anyways, we got this scene. He's like, "Leave me behind," and all that, and that's all well and good. It's fine. I will say I'm kind of over the Negan and Maggie thing at this point. I'd like to move on. And also, I'm not really sure why we didn't see any Commonwealth in this episode. I'd really like to see that storyline much more than a lot of what we got in this episode. So, in general, guys, I wasn't very impressed with this episode. And it's a little disappointing. It's not, like, bad or terrible. There's just a lot of little things I pointed out. And I just didn't find it very interesting. So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you like comics, be sure to check out shookearth.com for my comic book, Hototo. It's a medieval samurai book. And we're going to be doing a lot more content on this channel. So please subscribe and like the videos and comment and all that. I'd love to hear from you guys. And that's about all. Signing off.